Hello everybody, my name is Xaphan, and welcome back to some more Everlasting Summer. I don't have much time today. I've only got about an hour, so I don't think I'll be able to get through Ulyana's walkthrough. Yep, we're doing that one. We're doing that one. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I don't know what the bad ending would be. Wait, how to... Yeah, I don't know how to get to the bad ending. I'm not too sure. But let's just see how it goes. So, that doesn't matter. And then we continue onward until we get to the cutlet. We need the cutlet. Don't reply. I don't need to reply to you. I need the cutlet. Give me the cutlet. Give me the food. Give me the cutlet food. I'll do nothing. And if you guys didn't realize, new camera. Yes, I've actually had it for quite some time, but now I'm actually able to use it. So attempt to take the cutlet, which I think I already did. Yeah, I already did that once upon a time. And that's nothing, so I guess I'll just leave the keys there. On the one hand, why would I need them? The night was dark, chirping crickets everywhere. I'll keep silent with Lena, because I'm fucked up now. I'm fucked up after Lena's one. I'm fucked up after that, alright? I don't know how to exactly process what happened. Oh my god, it was so fucked up. Okay, let's just skip the whole Lena thing, okay? Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, task list. Select the canteen on the map as the first or second destination. Okay, so kitchen dining hall. Nonetheless, I decided to go to lunch. The checklist isn't going to run away. I'll get it signed later. Well, my stomach clearly won't wait till dinner. Fucking hell, my voice is butchering these words, isn't it? Yeah, it is. With these thoughts, I entered the canteen. There were almost nobody inside. Apparently most pioneers had lunch already. A lunch lady of impressive proportions provided me with a glorious meal of 3 dishes: a soup, Ypres broth, goulash from Lavrenti Pavlovic, garnished with potatoes boiled accordingly to the craziest fashion of the 15th century, and a periodic table compote. Hardly a menu 5-star restaurant would envy, but I was too hungry to care. After all, compared to my usual meal of ramen and macaroni and cheese, this indeed wasn't too bad. I sat at the nearest table and concentrated on chewing. Oh god, my focus was soon disturbed by a sudden mighty slap on my back. I even choked. Ulyana was standing in front of me with a victorious look on her face. I'll choke the life out of you one day. Catch me if you can. She stuck her tongue out. You tried once and couldn't. Alright then. Alright. Then I'll ambush you somewhere. That's not fair! Look who's talking, Miss Fairplay. I grinned. Okay. You wait. I'll get some food and come back and we'll eat together. I could do without such company. Better hurry up with my lunch. Yeah, better. However, Ulyana came back just after half a minute. She had a huge roast beef on her plate and a few large boiled potatoes. Compared to my royal feast. Where did you get that? Gotta know places. She looked at me and grinned with all her 32 or how many she had teeth. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe I'm doing this fucking walkthrough. As Cabaron said, age is just a number, jail is just a room. Yeah, apparently we're going with that logic now. I won't stand for this. I never was a master of pranks, and in school, I often found myself on the bullied side. but I had to get back at her somehow. What if Olga finds out that you're stealing food? I'm not stealing! She flared up. That's what you're going to tell her? I wonder if she'll believe you. And how would she know? Well, that depends on many things. Like what? Ulyana looked at me in the eyes. Bring me a bun. A sweet one. Where am I supposed to get that? Well, the same place you got all this. I pointed at her plate. She hesitated. Alright, one bun. And promise you won't tell Olga? You have the word of pioneer. I know I'm kind of butchering her voice a little bit, but I'm trying to give her a little bit of a... Like, come on, why? Sort of voice, but I don't know, kind of butchering her voice. She ran off towards the kitchen without hesitating. I opened the pepper box and emptied it into her drink. Oh, sneaky! Just as I finished, the restless girl came back. Here, you racketeer! She looks like she didn't notice. Okay, now, who drinks his compote last carries trays? Don't be silly! Silly, watch me. I won't play these childish games. Look who's talking. I smiled maliciously. Huh. You watch me then. 1, 2, 3. She didn't even let me grab my glass and in one quick motion downed her drink. In just 1 second, her expression changed to that of authentic terror. Her cheeks went red and her eyes were about to pop out. She jumped from the table and rushed to the table with the drinking water, spitting out and yelling as she went. You! I decided not to wait for her and went outside, giggling to myself while finishing my bun. Okay. That was different. Okay, so... And then the rest don't matter. Okay, good. Tell you the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. And then music club. Yes, with Miku. And then the infirmary with Viola. The big busty nurse. Okay, so then we get... This is an option, so we'll go get the cards with Slavia. Or Slaviana, as she is called. Do not bet with Alyssa, because I don't need to. So then we skip the tutorial. And then we lose against Ulyana. If you lose the tournament against Ulyana, you select on the stage map, you get a scene with her. Okay. Lose against Ulyana. At least I won a single round. I left the canteen. It was still too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea. Where should I head to? And then it said I should go to the stage, and we'll get a scene. God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! The events of the past day kept flashing brightly in my head. That stupid, useless checklist. This foolish tournament. Tonight, I had no intention of doing anything or talking to anybody. The investigation of my complicated situation was the last thing on earth I would do this evening. I headed to the north. At least, where I thought it was. It was my habit from my youth to go to the north. I like this part of my hometown more than the southern districts. Traveling to the Black Sea resorts was never my thing either. Boundless forests and fields were much closer to me than beaches and bargains. Several minutes later, an open-air stage consisting of several wooden benches and a platform appeared before my eyes. I climbed onto the stage. So much varied musical equipment, loudspeakers, a microphone stand, and even a piano. I imagined a crowd of people in front of me, everyone screaming, shouting my name, myself blinded by the spotlights. I imagined a guitar in my hands and attempted to play along and striking solo. I suppose it looked pretty funny from a stranger's point of view, A weird guy swinging his arms on stage, jumping around like an ape and making faces. I hope no one can see me here. Hey! Piped up from somewhere above. Oh, fuck me. Oh, for fuck me! Why is this a thing, yo? I looked up and saw Ulyana hanging over the beam under the stage ceiling. And what are you doing here? I'm just... Denial is obviously futile. You saw it, didn't you? I said in frustration and turned away. Oh, I see a wasted guitar talent in you. I said nothing. Hey, come on, don't frown. It was funny enough. She giggled. Funny enough, eh? I huffed. Yep. Ulyana answered calmly. Come up here, dude. Where to? To me. I ain't gonna get up there. Don't even try to convince me. Not that I have a fear of heights. It's just that climbing up there is pointless, isn't it? No, just get over here. I felt it in my bones that something was going wrong, but I still slowly headed her way. When I found myself standing under Ulyana, she cried out, "Catch me!" Oh! Boy! And jumped. Thousands of thoughts flashed through my mind in an instant. How would I catch her? Is it worth trying? What if she dies? What if she breaks my something? Why the hell does this happen to me? Yeah, why does it happen to me? That's her own fault. No more fooling around. Wow, what a number of thoughts. What a number of thoughts come and go within the blink of an eye. When sometimes many years are not enough to come up with a single idea. I feel like the Australian equivalent of the FBI is gonna barge through my fucking door right now. At last, logic and self-preservation instinct won the battle, and I stepped back. Fuck me. Ulyana landed gently, tumbled instantly jumped to her feet and looked at me with offense. Holy moly, why didn't you catch me? You didn't get hurt, I answered, shifting my glance. What if I did? But you didn't. What's up with you? Watched too many B movies recently? So you don't care about me? She grinned. Well, in this situation, certainly I do care. I'm flattered! Hey, don't get any ideas. Okay, you're forgiven for the cards. And you are not? I had no time to finish the sentence. Ulyana jumped off the stage and vanished in the dark of the night. Yep, one more childish trick from this silly girl. Sure, I was worrying about her at the moment, as I would for anyone else in her place. After once again cursing Ulyana in my mind, I headed towards the cabin. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. I was tired. I was tired of seeing this weird shit. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. Oh, okay, cool. So, you know, Olga asked me to help her tonight. And then, from that we go, who cares? I'd better keep looking for answers. Fine, I'll help the sports club. Did I already do this? No, I didn't. Okay. Oh. I was hoping that I could escape the obligatory work if I pretend that I'm helping the sports club. They obviously have tons of members and could probably do just as well with a single extra pair of hands. However, I'd better visit the sports ground, at least to check in there, just in case Olga finds out that her ideal pioneer slacks off and dodges community service. Yeah, wouldn't want that, hey. You never know. I could imagine worse punishments than a public telling off at a party gathering. I wasn't really planning for that to happen. All of a sudden, I saw no cleaning, painting, or repairing but a football match. They were playing 5 vs 6. Why? Why are there so many of these scenes with this fucking lolly character, man? I think someone's a little bit perverted. I took a closer look at the players and recognized Ulyana. I won't interfere, I'll just watch. The teams were obviously mismatched. One team consisted entirely of younger kids that looked about 12 years old. The other team consisted entirely of teenagers. Besides, they had one extra player, Ulyana. Mind you, what can just one extra person over one girl do? Soon enough, I realized that I was mistaken. Ulyana had a good dribbling technique, cutting through the defenders one by one. She obviously lacked teamwork skills, but they weren't even required at this level. She scored with inviolable regularity. I came closer to the pitch.
Hey, come join us! They're short one man on their team.
I guess that's what counts as community service here,
We've already finished everything,
said Ulyana, sounding insulted. I looked over the sports ground again. The benches were freshly painted. New nets placed behind the goals. How did they manage to get through all of this stuff?
Come join their team! As I say, butchering my own sentences.
Well, given that I escaped the last time, I should indeed play now. Ball at center, we start. With the very first touch, I put the ball into the top corner with a delicate strike. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. The pitch was at most 50 meters long and a goalkeeper of the opposing team couldn't even reach the crossbar. Sometime later, we tied it up. Despite our team being 7 or 8 goals behind at the start, objectively speaking, one should note that Ulyana's team scored a couple of goals during my time here too. More precisely, she scored. You couldn't say that she had Ronald and Hose tricks or precise Beckham shots in her pocket. Fuck me, I'm butchering this. I'm butchering this fucking bad, man. She would just kick the ball into open spaces and coming up towards the goal, she would just toe punt it every time. However, such a dull strategy brought positive results. Could not keep an eye on every opponent, and my teammates were not much help. Certainly, I played better than all my team, all of them, and theoretically, I could have scored as many times as I wanted, but it seemed unsportsmanlike to me. Winning isn't everything. It's taking part that counts, isn't it? But after Ulyana's words...
Penalty shootout! The winner wins the game!
I made up my mind that I don't want to lose. At the time, it was 11-9 in our favor, so it wasn't reasonable to object.
You're in goal! I'll shoot! We switch then!
One shot each?
Yes!
I stood at the line and got ready. She took a run and sent it straight into my hands.
That's not fair!
What's not fair?
I'll shoot again!
Okay, just do it, I said, smiling. The second shot would go better in rugby. One more time?
Absolutely not!
She sniffed.
But you shall never score a goal against me!
We'll see. I put a ball into the lower right corner of a goal with a precise kick. Ulyana didn't even move. However, there was no point. Penalty kicks like that are uncatchable. Looks like I won. She answered nothing and just looked at me resentfully. I needed to lighten the mood. Don't get upset. And that's when the music started playing, calling the pioneers for lunch.
Alright, I'll get even with you some other time.
She laughed, waved her hand, and ran in the direction of the canteen. I juggled the ball a little and followed her. Oh god. Who's marching forward in a row? It's a Pioneer Squad! Okay, and I think I stay and help Ulyana with the cleaning. Which I've already done, so... And I think this ends up being, yep, that really bad scene that I really don't like. If you selected all the previous choices for day 3, unlock Ulyana's evening scene. Okay. Slavia left. I probably should not refuse her after everything she did for me, but I wasn't made for such activities. Oh look, everyone's dancing, having fun, that's a new one. The pioneers kept on dancing. At least, they liked the ball. Olga danced too. I considered that not really appropriate. The leader has to keep order around, especially since she is not 17. Olga came over to me as if she felt that someone doubted her professionalism. Why are you not dancing? I don't really want to. Your choice. She smiled cunningly. Then I have a perfect task for you. A task? Which is? Any other activity seemed better than dancing. You cleaned the canteen well today, but I think you haven't fully atoned yet. What? Ulyana! What? Come here. Ulyana came over to us reluctantly. I see you've had enough dancing for a long time to come. No, I haven't! She was sweating like a pig, so it seemed that the leader was right. I have a task for you, and Semyon. But Olga! Ulyana begged. It's dance time now, and it's late! It won't take much time. Slavia was sorting the books in the library, but hasn't finished. You have only a couple of shelves to do. But... no buts. For goodness sake! I don't like public work, but dancing? I'm ready! Good job, Semyon. That's my boy, a real pioneer. You should follow his example, Ulyana. Ulyana didn't appreciate such an example, though. So do it! The whole camp is relying on you. I'll remember this, she hissed. The camp in the evening was beautiful. Silence and peace calmed me. Only the distant music from the square reminded me that I'm not alone here. And Ulyana, who just came back, you could do the cleaning in your dress, though. I grinned. This is all your fault. She breathed heavily and her face was as red as a tomato, so I wouldn't have been surprised if steam started coming out of her ears. It is all your fault. Why me again? If only you'd just been quiet. What would have changed? She'd make us do it anyway. She wasn't able to speak normally and just hissed. So what if I kept silent? Do you think that she would let you keep on having fun? Ulyana looked at me. She seemed to have calmed down a bit. Really, you don't care at all. Can't even dance. So what if I can't? If you had danced with me, it would have been fun. She returned to her usual childlike mode. I might have, but you see how things turned out? We won't have a chance to see who is a better dancer. We approached the library. It was already dark outside. I was slightly surprised that by Olga's request, or more like an order, to sort the books at night. This is so bizarre. There was no light inside and the switch didn't work, unpleasantly clicking with every push. It might have actually worked properly, but the lights weren't turning on. Wait, I'll get the candles. Oh god, don't set a mood. Don't set a mood. Don't set a mood. Don't set a mood. Don't do this. I was just about to ask how she knows where the candles and matches are, when two small lights appeared on a table next to me. That's better, Ulyana said, satisfied with herself. What's next? What's what next? She looked at me inquiringly. What will we do next? How should I know? She chuckled. Great. I walked around the bookcase. Olga said something about a couple of shelves. I touched the books and made sure there was no dust on them. It looked like someone did a really good job before us. Having examined the whole library, I didn't find anything to clean. The leader must have made a mistake. Suddenly I heard footsteps from behind. The old cracked floor was squeaking, so Ulyana wasn't able to sneak up on me unnoticed. Boo! I turned around. Oh my god, I'm scared, please. Oh, whatever. She turned away resentfully. It looks really clean in here, so... The dimly illuminated rows of books looked at me reproachfully. Unknown authors from long-forgotten years. I wonder if anyone still remembers them. Xenia must remember. She always remembers. It's Xenia. I'm sure that she remembers everything. Okay, sit down. Ulyana moved a chair over to me. I sat on it. So what's next?
Let's tell scary stories to each other. We have 2 chairs and 2 candles, so there should be 2 stories, one mine and one yours.
Okay. I agreed without thinking. I hadn't the slightest intention of going back to the dance, and going by my experience, there was nothing to do in the whole camp at night. Especially as I knew a couple of nice stories which would be able to really scare Ulyana. And that was awesome! You first.
Okay.
She made herself comfortable, embraced the chairs back in with her arms, and moved the candle as close to her face as possible.
Once upon a time, in a village far away lived a boy, just a normal boy. He went to school, played with other children. There was nothing special about him. One day he made a bet with his friend that he wasn't scared to go to an abandoned house.
Ulyana left a long pause. So, what was in the house?
Don't interrupt me!
Inventing it on the fly? She pouted her lips and continued.
They say a witch had lived in that house and people still see her ghost there in the night. Nobody knew for sure, but everybody was scared. The boy had said that it was all nonsense and he was ready to spend a whole night in there. So he did, but he didn't return in the morning. He was found hanged.
Ulyana stopped talking again. Thrilling. Did he hang himself with his shoelaces? I said skeptically. She frowned again. Is that the end?
Of course not! They buried the boy the way it was supposed to be, the coffin and stuff. His relatives and friends agreed, but they couldn't bring him back. After a few days, people started to disappear in the village. Nobody knew how or why. They just vanished into thin air. The villagers wanted to call the police, but a friend of that boy who hanged himself in the witch's house told them that he'd seen the boy. Nobody believed him at first, but people kept on disappearing. Then the villagers decided to dig up the coffin. There were long nail scratches on the inside of the lid, but there was no body.
Fuck, that actually is scary.
Where did he go?
Ulyana moved the candle away from her and made a scary face, or at least what she thought was scary.
In the end, all of the villagers disappeared, and occasionally passers by near the witch's house tell that they saw 2 ghosts.
Did I read that right? Ulyana blew out her candle and stopped talking. It looked like the story was finished. Wonderful! Bravo! Good story! Ah! I applauded. Not quite Pulitzer Prize worthy, but...
Are you scared? Frightened?
Oh, I'm just shivering all over.
Oh, whatever. Tell your story then. I'm sure I won't even flinch.
I know that it's probably that my voice for Ulyana and my voice for Alyssa kind of seems similar. But that's probably because they're both probably the same. Kind of. I collected my thoughts and decided to tell a story I had read on the blog of an acquaintance of mine a few months back. He was quite a good storyteller, at least I liked his style, so success was guaranteed. I certainly didn't remember the story word for word, so I told it with my own words. There is a faraway space station, the last boundary of humanity, located on the border with a hostile civilization, the 3rd month of the ceasefire. It can't be really called a ceasefire, more like not a war. A small group of survivors is exhausted by a long siege. On one hand, they can't retreat, leaving the outpost. On the other hand, they understand that they won't last even a minute if the enemy attacks. Despair is the best word to describe their situation. The food is running out. There is ammo only for a few shots, which will only seem like greeting fireworks. There's only plenty of air and water owing to the regeneration systems. People didn't talk to each other for a few weeks at a time. They may just not see the point of wasting their time on communication while death is at the door. Or behind meters thick station armor, to be precise. It is really better just to wait for the rescue or enemy's attack. Both outcomes will lead to an end of this torture. The situation looks like a chess game against an invisible opponent. It's the hardest part, endgame. Any wrong move will lead to defeat, yours or your enemies. But does the enemy know about it? They may be afraid of making a wrong move too. Meanwhile, the humans may move their king, but only 1 square forward and then 1 square back again. Any other move will automatically lead to defeat. A step forward is an implied threat to attack, and a step backward is a deliberate necessity of defense. The game would be much easier if the opponent was sitting in front of you. Even an experienced chess player can't hide nervous eye movements, the occasional drop of sweat, or shaky hands. On the one hand, everything is futile. Everyone realizes that the situation is hopeless, because no one would decide to make a move to escape the imminent defeat. On the other hand, when seeing the opponent in front of you, understanding that he is totally like you and can make a mistake, you can more easily stake everything. The opponent may feel the same difficulties. These are the circumstances of the few men and women on the edge of the universe. There were no orders from the headquarters for several days. Though the last orders had contained nothing useful, only the usual demand to keep on defending. 1 square forward, 1 square backward. The swinging of an internal pendulum. At the beginning of the 4th month, the commander decides to retreat. He reasons that the lives of his soldiers are important than the mythical ideals of humanity. No one will judge him for this. Moreover, they can't change anything. Preparations don't take much time. The greatest asset you can save from a sinking ship is your life. The whole station crew will board the rescue vessel. The launch sequence starts 3, 2, 1, and nothing. The bay doors don't open. They send mechanics to check the malfunctions, but they don't find anything. The doors should open, but they don't open the 2nd time or the 3rd time. The commander orders his crew to leave the station in rescue pods, but they can't launch either. They explain it as technical malfunctions. The crew tries to communicate with headquarters in vain. After a few days, the executive officer notes that there is nothing on the radars. Nothing at all. No planets, no asteroids, no enemy ships, just endless darkness. They run out of food in a month. Everybody thinks that is the end. But no one dies. Not after a day, a week, nor not even a month. As if there is no need for food or to sustain human life. At this moment, the majority of the crew goes insane. Some of them just stay in their rooms and pray. Some wander around the station and try to commit suicide. But neither point-blank shots with a plasma gun, nor a hydro tank diving, nor even simply slitting their veins bring any results. Days pass by. Months, or maybe even years. Nobody keeps track of time. Insane people recover their minds again, and normal people go insane. It repeats many times. In the end, the crew accepts its condition. They start to make up occupations, theatrical staging, sports tournaments, readings of self-written books. A lot of family couples appear and many more break up. It is an infinite flow of time, an enclosed loop of human life, and only the darkness on the radar reminds them of the emptiness outside. And there is an emptiness inside the station too. In the end, people stop living. They just lie in their rooms and sleep. Not 24/7 at first, but as time goes by, they learn to fall into a trance. Every person has his own dreams. One returns to his childhood. One gets his lost love back. One defends the ideals of humanity with a blaster in his hands. Some others just wander in space, shabby from skirmishes with the enemy. A rescue vessel docks the station. The boarding squad gets inside. The whole station looks like a piece of scrap metal which has floated in space for thousands of years. The reactor had shut down a long time ago. There were marks of the laser shots on the walls. The equipment was all smashed. They found decayed skeletons of people who died horribly defending the frontier of humanity in almost every room. And only one cryptic message sent to the headquarters implied that something was wrong. "Save us! We just want to die!" I finished the story and looked at Ulyana. Her face was concealed by the darkness. So that's the story. I blew out the light. Oh, hilarious! Ulyana shrieked, rose up, and threw herself towards me. We fell on the floor. Oh, for fuck me. What's up with you?
Nothing.
Her voice sounded very scared. Looks like my story hit the jackpot. I mentally congratulated myself. Ulyana wasn't having fun though. She embraced me, shivered, and sobbed. What's wrong with you, you silly thing? I patted her head. It's just a story. It's not real. You and your stupid stories. Ulyana cuddled up to me some more. This feels like the FBI is gonna knock down the door. Were you that scared? Yeah. Frankly, I didn't expect such an honest answer from her. Everything's alright. Time heals all wounds. She'll calm down.
Listen, Simeon.
What?
Never mind, it's nothing.
She buried her face in my chest. Minutes passed. Okay, I understand. Maybe we should go? Oh, for fuck me. I listened. Ulyana snored quietly. Hey, wake up! Can you even fall asleep from fear? Wake up, I said! No reaction. I tried to stand up. Ulyana certainly didn't weigh more than 40 kilograms, but imagine yourself laying under such a weight. It's really not easy to stand up. You would think that Ulyana was dead if not for her breathing. I certainly could make more effort. But then I'd wake her up and it will all start again. Such an inevitable situation. There is the option to wait until she wakes up by herself, though. She certainly won't sleep all the way until morning after such a story. I look through the window at the starry sky. I wonder if there really is a distant outpost with a ghost crew. My eyes slowly closed and in a moment I fell asleep. Oh ho! Imagine when they wake up. It's gonna wake up from Xenia. Xenia's gonna be pissed. Day 4. Damn. Okay, cool. I felt the warmth in my dream. It happens sometimes. Your brain is not completely awake yet, but you still feel the sun shining in your eyes. And when you wake up, you blink for some time to get used to the light. It was a wonderful morning. The birds were singing, the air was fresh and fragrant, and the world was bathed in daylight. I'd stay in bed for some time longer, but something was not quite right. All yesterday's evening's events flashed through my mind. Scary and not so scary stories. Ulyana. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me, it's still happening, it's still happening! Who was cuddling up to me tightly and snoring. Not quite like a little girl would. But I didn't worry at all. After all, it's still early. Surely no later than 7 or 8 o'clock. Who'd want to go to the library that early? I sat back and looked out the window. In a couple of minutes, the sun will hit Ulyana right in the eyes. That's when you're gonna wake up! It's interesting, how did she manage to hug me so tightly? Indeed, I couldn't free myself at all. Theoretically, I was ready to spend 1 or 2 more hours laying like this, but suddenly I heard footsteps. Sounds like trouble. Wake up, do you hear me? Wake up! Grab a brush, put a little makeup! I started carefully, but insistently shaking Ulyana by her shoulders, tried to loosen her grip, but it was all in vain. Meanwhile, the footsteps were getting closer. I have to save us at any cost. Standing up seems unworkable. That's what I learned already, so I decided to crawl. My move strongly resembled reservist training, which I never attended. A soldier dragging his injured officer while under an artillery attack. The officer is unconscious, the soldier is exhausted, and layers of barbed wire surrounded them. I barely managed to crouch behind a bookstand and hide Ulyana when the library door opened. Xenia was standing on the doorstep. She seems a bit overcommitted to her work since she is coming in at the crack of dawn. Wait, brah! I heard a familiar voice. Oh! This is where we hear that electronic like Xenia. Huh? A visitor, so she indeed does have a reason to come here. Why couldn't she come yesterday or today, but later? Science waits for nobody, brah. Science? It was electronic. Hold on for a sec, I'll find it. She headed towards us. I barely managed to turn Ulyana around so that she was on my back, and I crawled on all fours to a nearby bookshelf where I collapsed and tried to catch my breath. What was it? Cybernetic mathematics? Or mathematical cybernetics? It seems she didn't notice us. I'd like Something about the electronic bombardment of photovoltaics, bro.
Are you crazy? Why would we have something military?
That's not military at all, bro. For some time, they were both silent. Xenia, bro.
What?
Let's go down to the river tonight, bro.
What for?
Well, bro. Just, bro.
I have a lot of things to do. Come on. Get moving, your robot is waiting for you.
Okay, bro. The door slamming was like an epitaph for electronics' love struggles. Seems like he is not a cold-blooded robot after all. I chuckled quietly. Anyway, laughter seems a bit inappropriate. We have to escape the library somehow. Waiting until Xenia goes for breakfast seems to be the easiest solution at the moment. She's a communist labor worker after all, not one of electronics' mythical robots. She has to at least eat sometime. Meanwhile, Ulyana wasn't going to wake up. At least, she's not snoring anymore. The library was silent. I didn't see Xenia, but was more or less satisfied with the situation. All of a sudden, incomprehensible noises came from her desk. Clicks, cracks, and... the Soviet anthem? Just great. It would have been alright if not for Xenia, who started to sing along. I'm sorry, I don't know how to sing the Soviet anthem, so I'm just gonna skip that. I could only envy her patriotic feelings. Unfortunately, she had some vocal issues. The Soviet pop scene definitely didn't miss out on a star called Xenia. The anthem ended, and an unfamiliar voice started to talk about the overachievements of a 5-year plan of crop harvesting. It was a radio, obviously. I started listening attentively. Maybe they would say something interesting. But after the list of agricultural achievements, the voice started to disappear and was gone in a few minutes. Signal disturbance, probably. Xenia stood up and headed towards us. The situation's hitting rock bottom. I managed to unclench Ulyana's grip with a titanic struggle. I was free to go, but was so cramped with all this crouching that I didn't have the strength to get up. It was time to prepare for the worst and start thinking of excuses. Suddenly the steps stopped. Seems like Xenia was standing on the other side of the bookshelf. I heard the sounds of books rustling. Probably she's looking for something. She took a book and returned to her desk. The door slammed open. Fuck!
Semyon! Have you seen him?
Olga was definitely out of breath.
Ulyana? No.
Xenia answered with surprise. The door was slammed as loudly as the previous time. Seems like everyone is looking for us, and Xenia will start to look around the library. But fortunately, that very moment, the bell sounded in the distance, calling pioneers for breakfast. Xenia, being a punctual person, decided not to linger and left the library in a few minutes. There was only me and Ulyana in the library. Then it was time to decide what to do with her. Wake her the fuck up! No longer after being caught, I bent down and shouted in her ear. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey! She instantly jumped and started to look around. Noticing me, Ulyana's eyes widened.
What are you doing here?
Playing at spies.
Huh?
Never mind. Did you sleep well?
Yes.
Seems she's not yet completely conscious. Breakfast?
Yes.
We left the library, and the narrator took a drink of Mountain Dew. I know this whole thing is getting old, but my god. Just let the flavor sit in your mouth. We left the library, at last! Now it was certain that I wouldn't have to explain to anyone the what, how, and why of Ulyana and myself being in there all night long.
Sorry for falling asleep like that.
It's alright. I guess my words sounded too insincere because she looked at me with disbelief.
Wait a minute. What were you doing in there all this time?
You wouldn't believe me.
Wait a moment. That means...
Ulyana giggled, stepped away from me, and shouted loudly,
I'm the first for breakfast!
Not a big surprise after such a deep sleep. I said, but Ulyana already couldn't hear me, being far ahead. It was unusually crowded near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen. But why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer and tried to find out what's happening. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. They were all the familiar girls. Olga, Electronic, I think I've done this.
Where on earth have you been? I waited for you all night long, and I've been searching since early morning. Ulyana told me that you left the library together yesterday.
I looked at Ulyana. She was grinning acriminously. Don't know how to say words. Please, stop giving me big British words. I do not speak English. I speak the words of my tongue.
Well, we'll deal with this later. Have you seen Shurik today?
Nope, what's the matter?
We haven't been able to find him since early morning.
But I was stopped by Olga.
And you, Semyon, please stay here.
Yeah?
Would you care to explain where you've been all night?
Well, this is the thing I hadn't thought about. True, this couldn't have gone by unnoticed. I could have thought of some clear explanation at least. But I hadn't. Well, me and Ulyana were placing the books on the shelves, but then she locked me there and ran away. I was stuck in there until morning.
I was at the library today, and I didn't see you there.
I'm kind of aware of that. Well, I left quietly.
And why is Ulyana telling me something completely different?
What might that be? You know what her stories are like.
Yes, you might be right, Semyon.
The camp leader paused for a moment.
Just don't think this means I believe you.
I didn't think that.
Okay, we'll deal with it later. I won't forget. It's more important to find Shurik now.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
Yet again, I had no way to fit in. Or something Ulyana and Alyssa and Ulyana and Alyssa. And those two fucking around. And, okay, is there anything... Okay, so nothing. Start there. Don't go, but, I mean, we go anyway. And then boathouse. And then she bullies us. Just asking. And then got food poisoning from the canteen? Yes! Considering the local cuisine, it's not surprising.
Maybe,
she smirked.
I see you're still alive and kicking.
Well, I'm not complaining.
Bye.
Okay, she left. Ulyana ran out of the infirmary, slamming the door. And then went back to studying Soviet stuff. Keep on going. Give Alyssa the carbon. Don't eat the apple. And then... go with Ulyana.
Count me in!
I looked at Ulyana, astonished. Her thirst for adventure seemed to have no limits.
Look, night, ghosts, and old camp, it's great!
On the one hand, such company always promises trouble, but on the other hand, it feels safer going together.
Perfect.
Having said our goodbyes to the other girls and Olga, we were left alone. And the FBI opens my door, puts a gun up to my head, pull the trigger, and now I'm dead. Why? God damn. Do you consider this just as an entertaining walk?
Well, yes, what's the matter?
Ulyana giggled. Never mind, really. I sighed.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna fetch a flashlight.
Okay. That's completely okay. I was just about to suggest that myself. It seemed I would not only have to visit an abandoned camp at night, but also look after a fidgety child. God damn! Why Ulyana? Well, since it's Ulyana. I should be twice as cautious. Electronic had told us the old building was built right after the war. It looked like a kindergarten, or like a barracks, I expected, and definitely could hold less pioneers than today's camp. It had been abandoned for about 20 years. Ulyana skipped forward as if everything was just a game to her. I was ill at ease. At ease! Actually, that was normal for a person in my situation, in the forest with scary animals and birds eager to swoop down on you. The full moon and this whole other world I had come into not too long ago. I might be better off alone, without needing to look after Ulyana, who's running in front of me. How hasn't she tripped over something yet? Listen, be careful.
Or what?
She turned around so quickly that I shivered. Nothing, you may hurt yourself.
Are you worried about me?
Of course I am. I mean, that's normal in a situation. Ulyana pouted. Listen, I decided to continue our conversation. It's more relaxing and less scary this way. But what is it about that old camp? We were saying back there, at the square.
Yeah, it's a really scary place. They say that all the pioneers died there and became ghosts which guard their last earthly refuge.
Where did they die from? What did they die from? It was kind of hard to believe her scary tales.
How should I know? I wasn't even born back then.
But you say it so confidently.
I got information from a reliable source.
And where would that be? From Alyssa? Tomato sauce? Barbecue sauce?
Not gonna tell you.
So what happened next? They died and became ghosts?
That's all.
What do you mean, that's all?
And now the souls of the dead pioneers roam around the camp and take everyone who dares to enter the world of the dead.
Wow, okay. Move along. Time passed, we went deeper into the depths of the woods, where the trees enclosed everything. Suddenly I realized that the forest had gone completely silent, as if the night birds had hidden and waiting for something and the insects had dug into the ground. Even the wind had died away. I imagined that the streams of moonlight breaking through the thick foliage were ringing like plucked strings. At last, trees parted and we walked out to a large glade. In the middle of it was an old building resembling a kindergarten. It was shrouded in a thick fog. It looked like we'd come out into a cemetery, and in the old camp building at its center was a crypt. According to Ulyana, there were pioneers, souls roaming here. Surely it was like a mass grave. I shivered and clenched the flashlight tighter. A dreadful place, to tell you the truth.
Oh, come on!
She patted me on the back cheerfully, which only made me more scared. Wait, I'm scared and Ulyana isn't? What? I was about to move forward when the moon showed among the clouds, illuminating the glade, the old camp building, and us. Under that light, everything seemed not so old. The crumbling brickwork, rusty slide and merry-go-round. The few panes of glass that miraculously remained in some of the windows, they all became more vivid. I started to imagine the unknown monsters come out to the glade from the forest. A place of eternal darkness where even the moon can't reign. I hope that they fear the light, like vampires, though maybe they could turn into giant wolves at full moon, like werewolves.
Why have you stopped?
I'm thinking.
About what?
Why would Shirk want to come to such a place?
How should I know? We'll ask him when we find him.
Yeah, obviously. I mumbled and followed Ulyana. She walked more carefully now, looking under her feet, stopping occasionally, and even looking back several times. That's natural. In some places, the grass reached her chest height, and nobody knew what could be there on the ground. Scrap metal, stones, shattered glass. We finally reached the door. Ulyana stopped and said,
"Well, here we are."
As if you'd won a race. This isn't a game.
You're
What?
boring.
I made a displeased face and stepped confidently into the darkness. It was dangerous to let Ulyana go first. Dangerous for her, dangerous for me, maybe even for all the humanity. Okay, I know it cut it a bit short, but I'm gonna leave this here. I have to be up for work early tomorrow morning, and I am tired as balls because my job requires manual labor. So, remember to like, subscribe, comment, click on the notification button, and I'll see all of you beautiful people in the next video. Bye-bye!